I'm 78 years old, and the loudest sound in my house is the silence I earned. All because one afternoon I chose my job over my daughter's birthday. I told myself I'd make it up to her. I never did. I'm sitting at the same kitchen table where my children once did homework. The wood is scratched now. The chairs don't match. The house smells like dust and old coffee instead of pancakes and laughter. I have time now, endless time, time to remember, time to regret, and time to tell you the story I wish someone had told me before it was too late. The past. I was 34 years old in 1982, young enough to believe I was unstoppable, old enough to think responsibility meant sacrifice, especially at home. I worked for a manufacturing company on the edge of town, gray building, fluorescent lights that hummed like they were tired of being awake. I wore the same brown suit every day and drank coffee that tasted like burnt regret, though I didn't know that word yet. Back then, my world revolved around one idea: provide. That was the word my father drilled into me. A man provides. Everything else comes second. My wife, Ellen, stayed home with the kids. She made the house feel alive. Fresh bread on Sundays. Music playing while she folded laundry. She laughed easily. I didn't notice how that laugh slowly faded. Our daughter, Emily, was turning 7 that year. 7. Still believed the world was kind. Still thought her dad could fix anything. Weeks before her birthday, she told me exactly what she wanted. A pink bicycle with white streamers on the handles. She drew pictures of it and taped them to the fridge. "Daddy," she said one night, tugging my sleeve, "will you be home early on my birthday?" I remember not even looking up from my paperwork. "I'll try, sweetheart." I really believed that was enough. The turning point. The morning of her birthday, the phone rang at 6:12 a.m. I remember the time because I checked the clock, annoyed. There was a problem at work, a major client, a shipment delayed. If I didn't come in, they said, the deal might fall apart. I stood in the bedroom, phone pressed to my ear. Ellen was already awake, watching me. "It's today," she whispered. She's been counting the days. I covered the phone and sighed. "This could mean a promotion," I said. "Just this once." She didn't argue. That was worse. Before I left, Emily ran into the hallway wearing her party dress. Pink, too big, wrinkled from sleeping in it. "You'll be back before cake, right?" she asked. I knelt down and kissed her forehead. "Of course," I said. I was lying. I just didn't know it yet. At the office, the day blurred together, phones ringing, papers stacking up. Every hour, I told myself, just one more thing. At 5:30 p.m., I looked at the clock. The cake was probably being cut. At 7 p.m., I told myself she'd understand. Kids forget things quickly, don't they? When I finally pulled into the driveway, the house was dark. The balloons sagged against the fence. One of them had popped. Inside, the cake sat half-eaten on the counter. 7 candles melted into wax puddles. Emily was asleep. I didn't wake her. I told myself I'd make it up to her on the weekend. The consequences. Children grow quietly. You don't notice it happening until it's already done. Emily stopped asking if I'd be home. She stopped waiting by the window. Her drawings disappeared from the fridge. At school events, I was busy. At recitals, I arrived late or not at all. Always for good reasons. At least, that's what I told myself. Years passed. Promotions came. Raises followed. People at work said I was dependable. At home, I became a guest. Emily turned into a teenager who stayed in her room, then a young woman who packed her bags without much conversation. The day she left for college, she hugged her mother tightly. Then she hugged me, politely. "I'm proud of you," I said. She nodded. "Thanks, Dad." That was it. We spoke less after that. Holidays became shorter. Calls became rarer. One afternoon, years later, Ellen handed me a small box. She had found it while cleaning. Inside was a folded piece of paper, a child's handwriting. It was a birthday card. Emily had written it herself. "Dear Daddy," it said. "I waited for you, but you didn't come. I hope you're not mad at me. I love you." I sat at that same kitchen table and cried for the first time in decades. The wisdom I retired at 65. They threw me a party, cake, speeches, applause. Emily didn't come. Now I wake up early with nowhere to go. My phone doesn't ring. The silence is thick. I thought success would feel warmer. I thought providing was the same as loving. But love needs presence, not money, not promises. Presence. Emily is grown now. She has children of her own. I see them on social media. They don't know me. I missed one birthday, but really, I missed a lifetime of moments that followed. If I could speak to that younger man in the brown suit, I'd tell him this. The meeting will be forgotten. The deal won't matter. But the look on your child's face when you don't show up, that stays forever. If you're watching this and telling yourself, just this once, please stop. Close your laptop. Leave the office. Go to the birthday. Go to the dinner. Go home. You still have time. I don't. If this story stayed with you, pass it on. Someone you love is waiting. Don't let them wait forever.